Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host of the most, the Bridge T58, here today to give you the Chelsea versus Crystal Palace preview tomorrow at 8 p.m. at Stamford Bridge, if I'm not mistaken as well. Here we go. Now, going into this game, I always start with the opposition. So, as you guys know, Crystal Palace, they've actually been doing all right from what I've been seeing recently. They've had a few draws. Obviously, they recently lost to Liverpool, but they did draw the next game, if I'm not mistaken. They've been doing all right. Their players have started to come back. Obviously, Olise's come back for them, starting playing regularly. Eze's come back for the team too, so he's also started to play, a bit more, regularly too. So their team is almost back to full strength. Obviously, if I'm not mistaken, Edouard is either out or currently on the bench. Mateta's back in there cooking for them, so it is what it is right there. So now going into the actual game itself, let me just bring the fact here for you guys. Let me just tell you this that Ulises literally has like 3 assists in his last 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not looking good, rough for sure. But obviously, yeah. So they drew against Man City, lost against Liverpool. I think their recent game, if I'm not mistaken, was against Crystal Palace. No, sorry, Crystal Palace was, if I'm not mistaken, bear with me while I bring it up. My apologies, guys. There we go. Yeah, their previous game was against Brighton where they drew 1-1 too. So clearly, they've been going through a few draws. They've had literally 3 in their last 5 as draws, 1 win and one loss, 2 losses. So a loss against Bournemouth and a loss against none other than Liverpool. Now, who do I think we're going to be facing their squad? I probably would say we're probably be facing a similar lineup to what they did against Brighton, and that is as follows. Dean Henderson will be in goal. You will have Nathan Klein, Anderson, Gurhey, Mitchell is your back 4. Jefferson Lerma. I believe now that Eze's back, he will actually play in that role now, Eze, and then you have Will Hughes, and then you have a front 3 of Olise, Ayew, and Mateta. Now, for me personally, when you look at Crystal Palace and the style of play, you know what Roy Hodgson's style of play is. But obviously their main creator is going to be either Eze and Olise. Now that they're both back in the squad, they're going to be cooking. They've got 2 guys to do that for. Now, they definitely are going to be very good when it comes to set pieces. Mateta, obviously, he's a striker that's a very strong striker that's going to use his physicality. He's got to try to make those runs to the side. Obviously, Ayew is just Ayew. I don't even need to comment on that, but if he scores against us, we're finished, so wallahi. But to be honest, we're already finished anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying that. But obviously, we know what Ayew brings. Olise, I've spoken about before. Eze, obviously, Joachim Anderson, very good. Was it called for set pieces in the box? Someone to definitely look out for at the very least. Now, obviously, with Crystal Palace, one of their main weaknesses, the majority of the time, has been the set pieces. They are a bit more aggressive at times, a bit more prone to be aggressive. So we can use that aggression against them to be able to get good free kicks and stuff like that to create some set pieces to then beat them on, because they've not been great at set pieces. So again, there is a way to beat them. Whether or not Chelsea can do that is another question entirely. But I think from the tactical point of view, we know what they're gonna bring. You know who the danger men are. It's just about can we cancel them out at the very least. So we'll see what happens there at the end of the day. But that is really from the Crystal Palace side. Let's go on to the Chelsea side. Now, in regards to Chelsea's still 10th with around about 22 points, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I checked. Now, going into this game, Crystal Palace, it's going to be a big one, as I said to you, at home at Stamford Bridge. I don't know how Poch is still in a job, but it is what it is for me personally. Obviously, Cole Palmer out, suspension from via yellow card. Same with my boy Raheem Sterling, suspension, yellow card. So those 2 are most definitely going to be out of the game. Now, in regards to other injuries, obviously we know about Reece James not going to be available to play. Fafana, obviously, and I think that's pretty much. Oh yeah, and Ugochukwu, who got an injury because of Poch's incompetence as a manager as well. So let me talk about who I think is going to be in the squad, who's going to be playing, and then we'll discuss about Chelsea and what they need to do. Now, obviously Petrovic is still going to be in goal. I don't know who's going to be. I think the centre backs are going to be still Thiago Silva and Disasi. Full backs, Levi Cole and Malo Gusto, of course. Caicedo, I think, will be probably back now from his high fever. I'll play alongside Gallagher in that pivot, and then I actually don't. I think Nkunku is going to have to start in this game, so it's going to be or if Nkunku can't start, it's going to be this either. It's going to be Mudryk, Nkunku, Madueke, and then Jackson, or it's going to be Mudryk, Madueke, Broha, Jackson. So we're going to play 4-2-4, and if that happens, But that's probably the most likely situation in my opinion to happen anyway. So as I said to you guys before, probably is going to be, as I said to you, both Petrovic in goal, Levi Cole, Thiago Silva, Disasi, Malo Gusto, Caicedo, Gallagher, Mudryk, Madueke, Broha, and Jackson. That's probably what you're going to be playing, a 4-2-4. So let's get ready for that, boys. You know what I mean? Listen, man. Again, this is a must-win for him. Whether or not he's going to win is another thing entirely. You know, I don't think we're going to win this game. I feel like we're just heading into like a deep slump, sadly. And that's the problem. Like, you know, I don't know what the tactics are really. You know, what are we playing? This possession type play. I'm hearing 3-5-2. He's playing 3-5-2. 3-5-2 is not going to work, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? And I it's not working, bro. And like, the thing is, yeah, the players, you know, are in it. The players, yeah, they're not being unlocked. You can clearly see they don't have any direction, any option. I keep on seeing Mudryk coming inside when this guy's meant to be a winger that's chalks on your boots, apparently, but we keep on playing him as if he's an inside forward when he isn't. But, you know, again, it just makes you question, you know, what is the tactics that are going into this game? What is the tactics behind it? What's the school of thought behind it? But, you know, again, these are questions that, you know, you can ask, yeah, but, like, you're not going to get any answer from Poch. You know, when people ask him why these guys are not playing, he's talking about something else entirely. Talking absolute gibberish. But going back onto the preview itself, there's a lot of things that, you know, we need to ask ourselves, I would say. And those are the following. Yeah. Can we beat Crystal Palace in their current form? We usually beat them regularly, but I don't think so. You know, particularly Crystal Palace have not won, and I think in over 2 months. In 2 months. Yo, Hodgson, look at this picture. You know what I mean? In the words of eras are meant to come to an end in order to Ten Hag. You know what I mean? That word to Ten Hag. Yeah, that's what's going to be happening today. They're going to be winning that Stamford Bridge. I'm telling you, tomorrow. And the thing is, yeah, I can see it happening. The way we're making defensive mistakes, you know, that midfield is not cohesive at all. And then you look at the Olise, who's looking like he's in form. Eze's just come back. Someone that can really have a big impact in that midfield area too. You know, particularly someone against the Gallagher. It's going to be very peak, man. It's going to be peak, man. And then you look at the attack, completely new attack, really. But the only people that play with each other regularly is really Mudryk and what's it called, and Jackson. The other two have not played with the other two at all. So you're probably looking at very inconsistent attacking going forward and everything like that. So I don't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying to you? I don't know what to expect. What's meant to happen? You know what I'm saying? What are we cooking? Where's the breeze? Where's the hip? Nothing's there, bro. So, you know, as I always say to you guys before, man, it's not looking great, man, at all. Because, like, I don't think there's any tactical thing that's going to help us. I don't think there's any, individual ability that's going to help us either, which is because that's not been happening at all, really. And then the question becomes, you know, can they even shoot at an open net? Because, listen, for all the time I back Jackson, yeah, I still back him, to be honest. I still think he should have really been a secondary striker, should have got a number one striker, but we know why we weren't able to bring in a number one striker. You know, he's currently low on, he's low on, he's low on optimism. He's very pessimistic in front of goal, basically. That's the best way I compare it, because I forgot the word I was looking for. Broha can't even hit an open net neither. Mudryk, he's creating. He's I don't know how he's playing. At times when I see him play on as an actual winger, he looks great. But then when he's playing like this inside forward thing that Pochettino keeps on doing him as, is not looking great. Madueke, it's gonna be his first start probably in a long time. I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect. He looks bright. He looked like a good sub coming on. But like I don't know what to expect because he's not playing in such a long time. And then what makes it worse is obviously barring Gusto, Levi Cole ain't overlapping. So, you know, Mudryk ain't getting any help from the fullback. And Gusto, big up to him, he's the only one that's hooping as the fullback. So again, you know, it becomes more and more complicated, as I always say. It's more and more complicated. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to do. Now, my prediction, guys, yeah, is this. You're not going to like it as well. I think Crystal Palace is going to beat us 2-0, you know. I think it's going to be Crystal Palace 2, Chelsea 0. And I think Mateta's going to get one. And I think Eze's going to get one. First game back. Love and trust. It's almost cash money for me to be predicting that, you know. It's almost cash money. But, like, I think that's what's going to happen. And for me, you know, he needs to be out the door. Like, you know, you can't give this guy a January window. You can't give him a January window. You need to get him out. Get him out now, please. I don't know why I'm talking about him getting taken out in the preview. But that's the reality that we face. Now, you know, I can talk about all the tactics in the world. I can talk about everything at all, but nothing's gonna happen that I think should happen, or like that seems logical to happen from the manager. So there's no point in me discussing all this nonsense at all. So, you know, it is what it is, guys. But again, this is the video. Please again make sure to like, share, subscribe. Sorry for this negativity, man, because it's not good to be negative. You know, I hate being negative, by the way, because like, you know, it eats at you, especially when this is just like a team watching. Being negative is not nice, man. It eats at you, bro. Like, I just want to watch good football, broski. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to watch Chelsea win. I don't care. Again, I said this before. I said this to you guys before, yeah. Even if we were to lose games, yeah, but I saw that there was a constant improvement, yeah, and there was style of play, and like maybe one week you win, the other week you lose. I could understand that because I could be like, yes, these guys are young, there's hiccups, but at least there's a style of play that they're playing their way, and we can see there's improvements. Something's happened, something's changing, but nothing's happened like that, bro. That's the thing, man. But hey, guys, that's the video as always. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, dedicate your hearts, and as always, please make sure to stay blue.